Welcome back to the channel. Yep, it's the Durango Cart again. We're putting it up on jack stands again. Just had a little fun with it. Did a little burnout in the garage. It was pretty epic. I mean, for a garage burnout. But we're putting on all 4 jack stands again. Gonna pull the rear tires just for room in the garage. And the front wheels don't work. The 15 Jeep wheels don't fit on the Crown Vic front. If you're new to the channel, yeah, we put a Crown Vic front underneath the Durango. For what reason? To try to be one of those cool guys. Yeah, is it working? Too soon, right? Too soon. So let's put it on jack stands, pull the wheels, because we need to put brakes and steering on that Crown Vic front. Dang, I forgot. We gotta build a sway bar mount for it too. I better get to work. We might actually be able to use these Jeep wheels. They're 15s. And it looks like they're rubbing on the lower ball joint. And the stud does hang down quite a bit, so we could hack that. And then a little bit on the caliper. So you can see on the caliper here, where it's just rubbing a little bit. And then on the lower ball joint, down here we could cut that. So maybe we could run the Jeep wheels, because I want this to be a Jeep someday. If you watched the last video, you already know that we're gonna convert this into a wheelie someday. I wanna start with the steering, but we got a big mess in front of us. We must take care of this ABS first and try to get this box out of our way. Our steering shaft is under here, see? So we need to figure that out. So let's try to delete some of this ABS. Well shoot, that was almost painless. We got the ABS controller off. It looks like it's just for the rear. I'm digging that. I wish it was this easy on the Jeeps. I got a couple Grand Cherokees that I've eliminated the ABS on. There's a lot more involved than removing the rear brake line. It would be actually plug and play, but this fitting here that goes into the proportioning valve is different thread. So I do need to take this one off here. This is the one that went into the proportioning valve, and this is the line that goes to the rear brakes, which we currently don't have because this is a burnout beater. And we did the hot rod rear end on the Durango, where we just welded the rear axle to the frame and eliminated the brakes. You know, it's super rusty, so we just never put them back on because it's just a burnout beater. So it will have rear brakes one of these days. So I will be putting this fitting on this line and then putting in the proportioning valve. Right now it is blocked off in the rear, but in the future we'll have brakes in the rear. So let's cut this guy off and we'll just shorten it a little bit because it's gonna go straight into that proportioning valve and rob this guy. I haven't put all my tools away yet from when we did the pins on the XJ, so we'll just use this tool. I almost did it. The golden rule when flaring brake lines. I almost forgot to put the fitting on before putting the tool on to flare the brake line. It doesn't matter how many times you flare brake lines. It feels like you always end up almost or forgetting to put that fitting on before you flare the line. So let's flare this line, make rear brakes, and see what we got to do to hook the calipers up to the pre-existing Durango brakes. The Crown Vic calipers to the Durango brakes. You ever get into a project or a situation where it feels things are just going too smooth I removed the old caliper, the flex line, and was able to use the caliper from the Crown Vic, the flex line, into the old pre-existing Durango line right here. I'm actually not too confident with this brake line right here. There's some moisture around it. Guess we'll find out. That brake line doesn't look bad to make though if we have to in the future if it does leak. We should just spray this line just to be safe in the future, because I am guessing that we might have to take this line off. I don't need to spray this one, but I am ready. And we better spray the bleeders on the calipers. Again, I've already done this. As you can see, it's wet. Move to the passenger side and press our luck over there and see if we get as lucky as that brake line. That one comes all the way to the front and across and over. And I don't really like it, but I'm not willing to change it if I can make it work right now. So we're moving over there. We got the old brake line off the Durango caliper. Then I hear a dripping noise. After I rip that brake line off over there, I hear a dripping noise from this questionable brake line, over here. So we're gonna be replacing that brake line. But let's finish the other side first. I take back that statement earlier when I said this was going way too smooth. Yeah, broken brake line. Let's start over fresh. Things can turn around so fast. It was going so smooth. I just cut the old brake line off because I was gonna reuse the fitting, right? Cut, went inside the jack. Sometimes you just can't make this stuff up in the garage.
Hello, friend.
Well, we just had a little visit from our kitty, and now it's out here watching Fred. Does anyone else miss Dirt Every Day on Motor Trend? It was one of my favorite shows. So I'm just sitting out here at the bar trying to get motivated to run some brake lines. It's going so smooth. Brake lines are not that bad to do. They're just annoying. So, all right, let's get after it. Now it's official. The can of worms. It's the can of worms. Alexa wants to play music, I guess.
Here's a custom mix just for you from Amazon.
We got the two front brake lines replaced. This is the front one here, just that little loopy. Putting those high quality gold looking lines in this Burnout beater. got the other line ran from the firewall over and into the brakes over there. The old line used to run through the front of the frame and across, but I want up and over through the firewall because I have big ideas for the front of this frame in the future, and I don't want that brake line getting in my way again. So that's why I went through the firewall. So I just have this one line to finish right here from the proportioning valve down to our little union down here, our little splitter. See if we can bleed some brakes and hopefully none of these fittings leak. Me being optimistic. If you guys are cheap like me and you have one of these cheap brake line flares, spray a little WD-40 on the threads and man, it makes it a whole lot easier. Which is common sense really, but just a little lube will go a long ways. Alrighty, it's time to bleed some brakes. We got all the brake lines in and we're gonna brake the bleeders. I got my brake pumper ready to pump. We'll start with the furthest side first. I think that's the rule. Pump 3 times if you love me. Is it going all the way to the floor?
Yep.
Ah, shoot. Keep pumping for a little bit. See if it gets any harder. All right, this side was a little stubborn. Well, we got it to bleed, got some fluid out of it. We really had to beat that pedal. I gotta clean up my splatter mess. She shot her fire. Me being optimistic on those brake lines leaking paid off because I can't find a leak. And both brakes bled. So I think that's it for this video. It's a short one. Next week, we're gonna work on the steering, putting brakes and getting the brake lines in and getting the brakes to work. Took a little bit more than I thought it would. So we're gonna end the video here. Let's put the wheels and tires back on the Crown Vic Durango Cart and really test the brakes out and end this video the right way.